Okay, so we start Unit 7 off here with a nice review, actually, from all the way back in Unit 0. Okay, and that's going to be with adding and subtracting polynomials. Now, the main focus of Unit 7 is quadratic equations, which would be polynomials with an x squared in them. However, this will be good review to kind of get into some new ideas with those quadratics. So, worksheets 1, 2, and 3, you might not need the videos to see this or to do this, but if nothing else, it'll offer you a nice little refresher. So let's go ahead and get started here. Just a couple key ideas. Remember, adding and subtracting polynomials are combining like terms, and that's including the degree of the exponent. So an x squared is different than an x cubed, is different than an x to the fifth, so on and so forth. Don't forget that if you subtract a polynomial, you will subtract all the terms of the polynomial. And one strategy that you could use here to give yourself an advantage is to line up the like terms vertically, leaving blanks when needed. And you'll see what I mean as I carry out these example problem. So the first example here says add the polynomials 3x squared plus 2x minus 10 plus 4x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4. So what I mean by that is if I write them vertically, what I want to do is line up the like terms. So the 4x cubed has no like term. It's also the highest order. Okay, then minus 2x squared would go underneath the 3x squared. The plus 4 would go underneath the 10. This way, when I add them together, okay, I already have my like terms, sort of sectioned off here. Okay, so the 4x cubed plus nothing gives me 4x cubed. The 3x squared plus a negative 2x squared gives me a 1x squared, and that's positive, so plus. The 2x and nothing gives me 2x. Okay, and the negative 10 and the positive 4 gives me negative 6. So the answer to this would be 4x cubed plus 1x squared plus 2x minus 6. Again, it's a strategy. You don't have to use it, but it could definitely help. Next, subtract these two polynomials. So again, I'm going to apply a similar strategy. 2x cubed plus 3x squared. I'm going to leave a blank because there's no x term here. Minus 5. I'm going to try to line these up here with their corresponding like terms. So that's a 4x squared, a 3x, and a minus 7. And then I'm subtracting all of these. Now remember, when I'm subtracting, okay, that means each of these is being subtracted. So it's going to be a minus 4x squared, a minus 3x, and then a minus negative 7. All right, so it might be helpful to write that in with each term before you go ahead and try this. So 2x cubed minus nothing is 2x cubed. 3x squared minus 4x squared is minus 1x squared. 0 minus 3x is minus 3x. And then negative 5 minus negative 7, remember to add the opposite, actually gives me positive 2. And that would be my answer to that subtraction problem. Let's take a look at a word problem. So Jim was replacing the fence around his yard, pictured in the diagram below. If he wants to increase the size of his yard by 3 feet all the way around, what will the new perimeter be? Give your answer as a simplified polynomial expression. So he knows that the length of one side of his yard is x. The other side is 3 times that plus 2. But he wants to increase the size of his yard by 3 feet all the way around. Okay, that's not going to be an x plus 3 here, okay? Because if we're increasing by 3 feet, okay, the whole way around, you not only have 3 feet here, you also have 3 feet here. So this side ends up being x plus 6. Same thing down here. When you increase this side over here by 3 feet and this side over here by 3 feet, I'm actually adding 6 to this, so 3x plus 8. Don't forget that it is a perimeter. Therefore, I'm adding the x plus 6 twice. I'm also adding the 3x plus 8 twice, so that I add all 4 sides of this together. Again, the same strategy, lining them up vertically, works. Okay, so x, x, 3, and 3x gives me 8x. Okay, 8 and 8 is what? 16, and 12 is 28. So my new perimeter will be 8x plus 28.